think my smile is mysterious? Well, despite whatever you all think, art is something that is so subjective. And of course, we perceive art in such different ways, and that's why understanding art is also so difficult. But art is really something that is asked a lot in the Ielts exam, and today we're going to have the whole crew up as art pieces, live art pieces for you to observe, and we're going to have an art expert in the studio that's going to help you with the art topic on the Ielts exam. So yes, my smile may not be mysterious, but we are going to decipher everything there needs to know about art in the Ielts for you. Follow me to the studio. Welcome back to the studio, and of course, to talk about art today, we have no other than the fabulous Ms. Hado, the creative director of Dev Magazine, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how she views art and what are some of the things that we can take away for that speaking exam. All right, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us a bit about your background in art. Where were you educated, and what are you doing currently?
It's a really long story. I've always been interested in art. Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to draw and paint instead of doing math. I'm never good at math. And then I went to study graphic design at the School of Visual Arts in New York City. And then I've always been involved in the arts and creative field. After I graduated from SVA in New York, I moved back here to Vietnam, to Saigon, and I worked at a few advertising agencies before I received this offer from Dev Magazine. And ever since I got involved with arts and fashion.
Art in itself, yes, it's a form of creativity. How are you as an artist in your daily life? Or how does art play in your daily life?
I am surprisingly a morning person. I don't like to stay up so late, do work, because after 10 o'clock my mind shuts down. I just want to watch a movie or read a book and go to bed. I like to wake up early. I like my days to be organized. I like all the meetings to be back to back, so I can just get all the meetings together, and then I can have my personal life separate from my work. But again, I hang out a lot with the people I work with, so sometimes I cannot, take them apart. So, but I think being organized is very crucial when you do this kind of art. You cannot just be lazy or be spontaneous and expect something great will happen, because we don't just work with ourselves. We work with a lot of people. We work with a team. We have a producer, we have a stylist, we have models, and a lot of people depend on us. So we can't just be random. So everything has to follow a certain schedule to make things happen. Also, we have a really tight deadline.
Absolutely.
So every month we have to come up and produce, this certain hundreds of pages, and with that, with the online, the Instagram, the Facebook, all the materials that follow these photo shoots. So we have to be super organized and detail oriented.
Do you ever hit like an artistic block, let's say for that month, in the sense that I don't feel an inspiration for this issue? What do I do? Does that ever occur to you at all?
Of course, I think it happens to everyone, but the key point is to put yourself out there. So whenever I feel blocked, I go do something. I just don't want to sit in front of camera. In front of the computer and wait for some miraculous thing will happen. Or I can not just to browse through Google and try to steal some images from other people. I think the key thing is to go out there and do something, whatever. So my teacher, a very good teacher from School of Visual Arts, he told me whenever you feel blocked, you just go and water plants or bake a cake or do something, or feed your cat, stuff like that. Just do something, or something else will happen. So I think most of the time when I feel blocked, I go do stuff like that, or I go take a shower, and then things will happen during the shower.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, but
That's why you're in the creative field.
No, but you have to subconsciously you have to keep thinking about it. You can't just let the problems go away. You have to keep thinking about it, and then maybe something during your dream, sometime during your dream, your shower, sometime when you go supermarket, you go shopping at the supermarket, the solution will happen. And you have to get inspiration from life, the life that is surrounded you, not just the life that you see in books or in magazines or other things that people already done. It has to come from your personal life.
Yeah.
So I get inspired a lot from my travel. That's why I like to travel a lot. I travel whenever I can.
As a person, what are you passionate about, and what do you wish for yourself?
I'm actually very passionate about working with people, finding new talents, and improve their talent throughout time. So for me, it's really important. It's not about a final outcome. I really enjoy the process of doing things. I recently watched a movie, Dream of Zero, the sushi master.
Yes.
In Japan. You've probably seen it, and he just keep doing one thing over and over for 60 years. So every morning he goes to market, picks out the freshest fish, and go back and ask his disciple to fry an egg, and the guy has to keep frying eggs for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that kind of stuff. Like to be able to get into the core of things, make it to its perfection, and it's for me it's really satisfying than the final result. So with my colleagues, with the people I work with, I expect the same thing with them. We do this every month because we have the chance to do. It's a monthly magazine.
Right.
We keep doing it. Sometimes people ask, "Oh, are you bored of your job? You just have one magazine and." But no, I like to do it and get better at it. And you can see the issue now and the one compared 5 years ago. It's a huge difference, and that's what I pride myself on. And in the future, of course, for myself, I like to do more in other media. Like recently, I've done 3 music videos, for one for Tiếng, one for Văn Mai Hương, and one for Đông Nhi.
Right.
That's one thing, the video part that I like to explore. So I want to learn to do more directing, like in the movie area. Yeah, it's very difficult, but I want to learn. Yeah.
We'll be looking out for those movies with your seal.
But the point is, I want to keep learning, keeping learning things. Yeah. So recently, I studied German just to challenge myself.
Do you have any advice for the young people that either they might be studying for the Ielts, they might be people who have studied abroad and traveled back to Vietnam? Sometimes they lose the energy, because they're doing way too many things at once, and they lose the energy and the passion and the drive and that persistence that you talked about. How do they sustain that persistence? Is it something that you have to train yourself to do?
Okay, young people, there's no other way to do it. You just have to try really hard. Because I myself, I had a lot of failures in the past. I failed the entrance exam to the university, to my dream university in Saigon, the Fine Arts University. I didn't get in. Wow. So in life, there's a lot of blocks and things that will keep you from achieving your dreams, but that's just life, and you just have to keep doing it. There's no other way to get around it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for the Tam Ielts, we want to ask for your help. So please do help us with the cover photo concept for Tam Ielts.
Sure. First of all, in order to have a good cover, you have a good model, which you are, and you have a nice dress today. For a cover for a magazine, we have to be always mindful of where the logo should be.
Right.
And right now, I think we have the logo right here. I have this idea that we shoot from the top, yes, and you can just lie on the 8.
I will lie on the 8.
Key is to make your leg longer. One leg should be down here, and maybe one hand should be on your hip to create an illusion of a smaller waist, and you should poise, and your fingers should be relaxed. So imagine you're like a mermaid on the shore. Okay, usually we have a guy like on a count 1, 2, 3 who will.
Who will be?
Who will make your hair fly. Okay. And then imagine the camera will be up here. Yeah. So you always have to make eye contact with the reader. Okay. So on a count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right. So thank you so much for helping us with the cover photo. Hopefully, I did an okay job.
You're a wonderful cover.
And so
girl.
Next up, thank you. Next up, we have a challenge for you, and I hope you accept our challenge.
It depends on the challenge.
So it's called the Ielts Marathon.
Okay.
And this is a challenge where I think your creativity and your speed and your persistence is going to be put to the test. Just like a person sitting down for the Ielts. Are you ready to take the challenge?
Okay.
Do you accept?
I'm very nervous.
All right. So please move over this way. We're going to start the Ielts Marathon challenge.
Okay.
This is the Ielts Marathon. With the first challenge, you have to look for 3 items: the passports, the key, the confirmation letter. After that, you have to be ready for a perfect photo shoot. Then perfect fingerprints. Moving on, series of challenges will be ready for you at the monitor. And the last and surely the hardest one, you will have to hide away from the spotlight, collecting 6 characters, then form a word. The Ielts Marathon is ready right now.
Welcome back to the Ielts studio, and this is no other than the Ielts Marathon Challenge. And with me is no other than Miss Hado.
Hi, everyone.
Are you ready for the challenge?
Sure, I am.
All right. First of all, I'm going to walk over there, and you will have to close your eyes.
Okay.
Good luck. Next up is Devil Space, where our participant will have to dig through the mess and find the passport, the key, as well as the information letter. Miss Hado, are you ready?
Yes.
You can now open your eyes and discover your mess.
What a mess. Can I make more mess?
Of course.
Hate it.
What a beautiful way to make a mess.
Who left money in here?
There used to be a lot of money in there.
Yeah, can I take it? Wait. Oh, here.
Oh, there's some sounds in there. But what is it?
The sound of
More
coin.
money?
No.
Or is it a set
Money, not key. You say passport.
Oh, she found 2 out of 3. She found 2 out of 3. One more, just one more item.
What nationality is the passport?
The nationality is Vietnamese.
So it has to be green.
It has to be green. Where can a flat object be?
Can I call my maid, please? She's better at finding things than me.
Are you a neat freak?
Not with my personal life.
Sometimes,
What's a passport?
sometimes things are hidden not within the mess, but within things that are so neat and tidy and clean.
That's not helping, girl.
Alright.
Passport.
Where can the passport be? Oh, there it is. Ding, 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 ding. Vietnamese passport. You found all 3 items. Can I have those 3 items?
Sure. Thank you.
You're off to the next challenge, and that is the picture taking challenge. Well, first you gotta turn on the camera.
Oh.
And set the timer as well.
Timer. I'm very low tech.
It's blinking, it's blinking. I wonder how the picture will be. Timer is set. Remember, the right Ielts picture needs to take you full frontal, and you need to be, your full face must be present. It is absolutely correct. Your full face is in the photo, but your head is a little bit cut off. So, it's an artistic Ielts photo. Huddle style. All right, let's go on to your fingerprints section. You need to get all 10 fingers printed, none of them duplicated. I wonder what she's thinking. Well, you're the first one that basically prints one hand in 2 rows. That's their first. All right, she got her 10 fingers printed. Now off you wipe your fingers, and then you're off to the next challenge. All right, now you're in front of the screen, and you're off to the next challenge, starting off with the headphone challenge. May we have the sounds, please?
You will hear part of a seminar on ocean research given by a climate scientist.
Thanks to all of you for coming along today to hear about how the Robotic Float project is helping with ocean research. The operational cycle goes like this. Each of the floats is dropped in the ocean from a boat at a set point and activated from a satellite.
Activated to 1.
And you are absolutely correct. You're moving on to the next section. Please do find the mistake in each of the columns.
Reservation.
You're absolutely correct. You're on to the next one. Please read the text and answer the question.
Number 2, true.
Number 2, true. Now, is this correct?
3, true.
Number 3, true. Is this correct, system? The answer was accepted for the second one. So yes, you're on now to the paraphrase challenge. You just need to pick one word out of the underlined and find the synonym for that word.
As most people spend a large part of their adult life at work. Large.
So your synonym is for?
Major.
Major. And your word is large, correct?
Yes.
It is accepted. Let's move on to the next challenge.
Job satisfaction is a crucial element of individual well-being. So crucial for important.
Crucial for important. Absolutely.
One more, the chart below. The graphic below shows information about changes in average health.
It is absolutely correct. You are off to the final screen challenge. And you got to read that paragraph out loud.
The lights in the conference room flickered a couple of times. The lights then turned off completely. The hum of the air conditioner quieted and the room became still. Unnaturally so for a technology company trying to enter the noisy smartphone business.
No. System, do you accept that rendition of that paragraph? You are cleared for the screen challenge. Thank you. Let's go over here and we're off to the final challenge. You're back with us on the Ielts stage, and this is the Sneak of Shame Challenge, where our participant will have to sneak through the shadows to pick up the letters and form the final word. Now, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's take it away. Can we have the lights off, please? Take it away. Woo. Go, continue. One of the tactics is to go as low as possible. Oh, your shadow's in. You got to start again. Shadow to the left. Please come back.
It's a good workout, right?
It is a good workout. All right, off you go again. Be careful. One of the tactics is to go as low as possible.
As low as possible.
And your hand can be in, just not your body. So you can, there we go. She got the A. All right, now there's a C and an A. We have 4 more letters to pick up. Remember, your hands can be shadowed, but not your body. And because there are multiple lights, there are multiple shadows. Oh, your shadow is behind you.
Wait,
that seems like a dangerous one, so be careful. All right, now do start again. Go ahead.
So basically I have to crawl.
Yes, you might have to crawl. She got the I, all right. Ooh, she got another R. All right, you only got 2 more letters. Far her hands can reach. CDF very close by. All right. Okay, she got another F. Now we only have 1 letter left. How is she going to move from that piece of light to the next piece of light? Oh, there's a small space in between. You got to start again. Your shadow just got into the light.
Can I get off the stage?
No, you cannot get off the stage. You should still be
I'm trapped here.
Sometimes the lights may move, or sometimes the longer way is the better way. Find a way towards that light. You can step on the light as long as your shadow does not get into the light.
Can I get a mop
That you can. I would love to give you a mop, but once I become a genie, I will be able to do that. But now I'm just human, and I'm just standing here on the Ielts stage. Step onto a bigger stage.
Who came up with this game?
It's definitely not me. You can blame the producer. Oh, now you're in a much better position. Now your shadow is far away from you. Far away from you. Oh, the hand is in the shadow. Is the head? You got it. You got it. Yay. All right, now you got to travel back to me. Woo! High five. Congratulations.
All right.
All right, so what do we have here? We have an F.
We have B, C, R, I. I'm terrible with this kind of game
Here, let me
in
hold
any
it up.
language.
Let me hold it up for you so that you can see it better. So you have a C, you're an F, you have an A,
Boo.
and you have an I, and there's an.
Give me a hint, please.
It's related to you. It's related to fashion.
Smart, beautiful.
Smart, beautiful, absolutely. But I don't see an N here or an E.
Carb.
Like,
don't eat carbs.
don't eat carbs.
Rice.
Car rice. It's very relatable to you. How about we start with an F?
F is fabric.
Ding, 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 ding. We got it. Fabric. Yay! Woohoo! We got it. We got fabric, guys. Thank you so much for going through all the trouble to get the word fabric. And of course, thanks for being on the show, and thank you for going through all that trouble and all that workout.
It was fun.
It was fun?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad. So to wrap it up for our audience, what are some of the three vocabulary words that you would want our audience to take away?
From my own experience?
From your own experience.
I would say intuitive.
Intuitive.
Confidence.
Confidence.
And the last one would be opportunity.
Opportunity. Mm-hmm. So guys, remember those 3 words: intuitive, confidence, and opportunity. These 3 words can be used with a lot of topics. You can use it in art, you can use it in traveling, you can use it in everyday aspects of your life. So, it's always good to have that confidence in you, and always good to have that intuition about the things that you should do and the things that you should not do, right?
And never miss an opportunity.
Absolutely, and never miss an opportunity. All right, guys, the next section is the idioms of the week section, where you're going to learn some idioms. Don't go anywhere. We know you will love it, so stay glued to your screen.
Idiom of this week. Think outside the box. To think freely, not bound by old, non-functional or limiting structure, rules or practices. Example, you won't come up with good ideas until you think outside the box. Next on Ielts, our expert from British Council is ready at the studio to deliver the good tips for you to be well prepared for the IELTS exam. Also, let's check out Voice of this week and to wait how singer Đinh and Ninh confront with the real-time speaking test. Are you excited? Next part of Ielts is ready right now.
Hey guys, welcome to the studio. When we find out our IELTS score, we actually don't know what's going on inside the examiners' heads while we're taking the exam. So we got an IELTS expert to come to the studio for you to basically tell you and give you some comments live on what you can actually do to be better and also what they think about your performance. Let's welcome to the studio our lovely IELTS expert, Ms. Lily. Welcome.
Hi, Phoebe. Thank you. Happy to be here today.
Thank you for coming. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the field of IELTS.
Sure. So obviously I've been teaching English as a second language for a long time. And as I moved through sort of getting more experiences and qualifications in that area, I was really curious about sort of assessment, and I think IELTS is probably the best sort of high stakes exam out there. So it was fairly natural that as my career progressed, I'd also want to become involved in what is a pretty important exam for a lot of young people here. I feel the pressure you're under. But yeah, so I guess it's just a natural part of a career in EFL and an interest in assessment. Please.
So today on our celebrity, we have celebrities coming into the show, and basically we put them through a test.
Oh.
And it is the IELTS speaking test.
Okay.
And this time we have the celebrity. He's called Đinh and he's a singer.
Okay.
So for him, it's the vocal arts.
Uh-huh.
So let's see what he has to say, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
All right, take it away.
Morning.
How are you?
Fine.
May I see your ID card, please?
Sure. Here you are.
Thank you. That's fine. Now, to start today, I'd like to ask you some questions about colour. What is your favourite colour?
Yeah, black and white.
Why?
I don't know, just like naturally. I just like it. I don't know why.
Do you like the same colour now as you did when you were a child?
I think so.
What colours did you like when you were young?
Black and white.
Black and white?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Here's some paper and a pencil for making notes, and here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a song or a piece of music that you like.
Okay. Can I stop?
Please start.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Could you please start speaking now?
Yeah, sure. There's so many songs I like, but I want to tell you about one song, that Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. This song is about funk, R&B, pop dance, and disco music. And the first time I saw it on the TV a long time ago, I didn't remember exactly where, when, but when I was a child, and I was so impressed because the song very, very, how to say that, express me. I want to dance, I want to sing like Michael Jackson, and this is the first impression about music to me, and it made me want to be a singer. And I feel myself. I like it because I feel myself. I feel the beat, and I want to dance just like Michael Jackson. I want to sing like him, you know. And I just feel that there's a part of me in this song. I can find myself in this song. That's why I like it.
Thank you. We've been talking about a song or a piece of music that you like, and now I'd like to continue to ask you some more general questions about this. First of all, could you tell me what kind of music is popular with young people in your culture?
I think that the most popular music is pop. Yeah, in my country, the young people quite like pop music, and recently there's a new genre of music like very popular in the young music in the young people, like EDM. Some DJ they play some music kind of disco, kind of deep house, dance music, something like this in the some festival, in the bars, something like this. I think that is very popular to the.
Why do you think it's so popular?
Because there's so many young people listen to them. They like it.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test today.
All right. I see some bits of pieces of stopping and starting again there, but what do you think about the overall performance?
Yeah, so again, wow, just great to see someone like Ninh getting up on television and doing the Ielts exam. And there's a lot we can learn from him. First of all, depending on your goal with Ielts, it's okay to be stopping and starting a little bit. And we do it naturally when we speak in our mother tongue, as well as in our second language. So the important thing is not to make the hesitations too long or too frequent, because that can have an impact on your overall score. And a good trick is to have what we call a few fillers up your sleeve, like, wow, that's an interesting question, or I've never thought about that before, or just give me a moment to reflect on that. These little pieces of language can fill the pause while our mind's going, oh my goodness, I need to say something about this. So yeah, a little bit of pausing is okay. Not so much if you want the much higher scores, but for the scores that most young people need to get into university abroad, just have a few fillers, a few like kind of hesitation fillers up your sleeve, and don't worry too much about that.
That's some great tips to share, actually. And so, what do you think were some of the good vocabulary that he has used? Yeah,
so I think Ning's obviously like well into music, and that showed in the vocabulary that he had. Some fantastic references to different genres. I think there was funk, there was deep house, there was disco, there was R&B. So he really knows what he's talking about there. He also had some really beautiful, really sophisticated, nice, natural sort of pieces of language. And I took them down, and they were just so beautiful. I just feel there's a part of me in this song, like that just sounds like it came straight out of the mouth of a native speaker. And I found myself in this song.
Let's take a look at what he thinks he did. Okay.
Sure.
All right, Đinh Ninh, how do you think you did on that performance?
I think it's okay, acceptable.
Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Oh, I love how he's really self-deprecating there, like no massive like entertainment industry ego there. It was okay. Yeah, I think it was good. Like you did, again, we've talked about some of the really nice things going on there with vocabulary and some really natural language there. We've also talked about how you can be a bit strategic in filling those pauses. A couple of other things, and Ninh, I'm getting a bit picky here. It's nothing personal. It's just tips that we're sharing with the general public. Your overall communication's fantastic. Understood everything you wanted to say.
Okay, Đinh Ninh, how many points do you think you had?
Maybe 6.5.
6.5. It's obviously, you know, a lot of our celebrities are very hard on themselves. They have, it's kind of like the artist's perfection complex or something.
Sure, applied to the Ielts exam.
Yes. Yeah. So now that we're done with the celebrities, we would go to the next section, which is the section we call tips, and tips.
Okay, lots of tips. Yeah.
A lot of tips for people who want to learn to write. And this time, it's going to be on the supporting paragraph.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look at the clip. And see
Sure.
what we have. Okay, the clip is finished.
So I guess when we're looking at tips for paragraph structure, we really need to look at the anatomy of the paragraph. It's not just this mono block of sentences.
Yes.
We need to be a little bit strategic. So we need to, again, kind of get a lot of practice at asking ourselves, what's the main idea that I'm putting forward in this supporting paragraph? And I need to capture that in the first sentence in my paragraph. And we usually call that the topic sentence or the controlling idea. Then you want to move on, like in the next sentence is kind of fleshing that out. So do you need to explain a little bit more about what you meant in your key point? Or do you need to exemplify by giving examples either from your context, from a broader context, or from your personal experience? And then when we're writing a big essay, it's not so critical, but it is sort of useful to think about. We can also close with a final sentence that kind of wraps up that paragraph, so a closing statement. When we're just writing paragraphs, closing it is really important. When we're looking at Ielts and writing exams, we're looking more at a way to transition to the next point. So that means that final closing sentence is less critical. You really want to be looking at getting the person primed for the next paragraph and the next idea.
All right, so every week we scour the internet. We look for people who send us videos of them speaking.
Okay.
And this week we found somebody. Her name is Ninh.
Okay.
And we're going to show you the clip right now.
Hello everyone, I'm Ninh, and today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is someone that influences you. Everyone is affected by certain events or individuals that change their whole life. Others influential person can be a great man or a celebrity, but mine is totally different. He was a tiny boy in a needy village where I came on my voluntary summer. And our first met was in a burning hot afternoon where I was struggling to fight against the heat. And I saw him. The little boy was helping his mother to pull a giant cereal wagon, and it is as big as a car, but he didn't even front. He smiled and gorgeous and shiny as a sun in the sky. And at that moment, I realized that I really need to change myself. After meeting him, I was always disappointed about everything and never try hard to get what I want. And the boy helped me change my views towards life and my lifestyle. I ran to him and his mother to help them finish the work. And we got close soon after and still keep in touch until now. To me, he is my friend, my idol, and a memory that I can never forget. Thank you.
Wow. Talking about a memory of a boy that she met during her community service trip. What do you think about that performance?
I think what a beautiful person with a really beautiful message. So there was so much again, just that was felt in that message, and also a lot of great language as well. So really kind of high level of accuracy there, nice range of structures and vocabulary. I think things like a burning hot afternoon, or at that moment I realized I really needed to change myself. She's got a lot, like access to a lot of resource there in her speaking. The tip I would give her though is that the message technically was good, and she comes across as kind of confident, but the way that she uses rhythm, the way that she uses stress patterns to emphasize her message was kind of not spot on.
Right.
And that's a shame, because again, a beautiful person with a great message and technically pretty good. So when you're speaking Ling, you need to find those kind of keywords in your sentence, those content bearing ones, and you got to stress them. For example, it was a burning hot afternoon, right? And then it'll just make your message sort of really reach people at a whole different level and help you with your Ielts score as well.
Completely agree. I think one of the problems that a lot of we Vietnamese fall into is that we tend to be too neutral. And we tend to not want to put too much emotions into what we say. Whereas I feel like in English, it's more like, you know, this is an amazing opportunity, or it was a burning hot afternoon, and I had, you know, the opportunity to meet this boy. So the more emotions would probably help with, you know, the kind of rhythm for speaking as well. So thanks so much, and I think we should recap some of the vocabulary that people should know for the topic of arts. So what are 3 words that people should definitely know? When you want
resonates. It resonates
I
with
love
me.
That one.
Yeah. I would say as well, I kind of put me on the spot with this when it comes to the arts. What else? I think it had a profound impact on me. Yeah, so that's sort of taking resonates to the next level. And I think also like modes of expression or modes of self-expression. That would be another phrase that I really like when it comes to talking about the arts.
Absolutely. All right, guys, from Lily, it had a profound effect on me. It really resonates with me, as well as it's a mode of expression. So those are 3 beautiful ways that you can talk about the arts. Thank you so much, Lily. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Phoebe.
And guys, if you've been following us coherently, make sure that we are an interactive program. So don't forget to visit our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, to basically voice your questions and also take your videos. Remember that we are a visual show and we are also an interactive show. Now we've come to the end of this episode, guys, and of course art is something that is all around us. It's not that far away, and you guys know what? Everything in our daily life can be turned into art, of course. Cinematography itself is an art, and of course, guys, make sure to look at your everyday life and try to find pieces of art that's going to give you inspiration for the Ielts study. Until next time, I'll see you again. Take care. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Of course, like I said, everything in our daily life can be turned into art, such as this. Or this. Or things like this can also be turned into art. So as we talk about art, I need to go and turn my scripts into works of art as well. I'll see you again soon. Ciao, really for now. Bye.
Bằng chiêu, bằng chiêu, bằng 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 bằng. Em liêu. Ui giời ơi, mấy ông nhân viên này suốt ngày chơi game này, làm sao mà tiến bộ tiếng Anh ngày nào mà tiến bộ được? Ra đây. Tất cả ra đây. Bây ông này nghiện sai ra tất cả rồi, ra đây. Sống trong thế giới thật đi. Ui giời ơi. Ui giời, suốt ngày chơi game gì này, ui giời ơi, toàn là đua xe này, ui giời ơi, bắn nhau này. Phải chơi những game trí tuệ vào nhá. Tất cả ra đây. Phải chơi những game như này. Đây. Đố các người biết. Đây, úi giời ơi. Từ gì đây trong tiếng Anh đây? Xanh đúng không? Có vẻ xanh.
60.
À, mù màu hả? À. 60 là gì nhỉ?
60 là số.
60 là số gì? Nhưng mà nó nói lên cái điều gì nhỉ? Có cái hình gì ở đằng sau số 60 ấy nhỉ? Giờ đúng không? Đây là gì? Màu xanh là cái gì đây nhỉ? Cây gì?
Cây xanh.
À, cây xanh này có biết là cây gì không? Cây này Việt Nam. Cây tre đúng không? Thì tất cả đáp án sẽ là
Tre 60.
À, tre 60 à? À, vẫn còn chưa được đúng.
À, tre giờ.
Tre giờ, đáp án là tre giờ trong tiếng Anh có nghĩa là kho báu. Đấy, tất cả phải chơi những game này mới tiến bộ này. Ra đây, ta chỉ cho tên game nhá. Đấy, cả nhà nhá, tất cả phải chơi game này này.